Hello and welcome back to Math is Easy, step by step. So I have another problem that you might see on the GED. I like to get you prepared for that. This is an example problem. And so we're still working on parallel lines cut by a transversal. If you're just joining me in this video for the first time, this is video example problem number 8. And so if you go back and watch video example problems 1 through 7, this will make a heck of a lot more sense. And you might even find it to be easy to answer this question. But if not, I've tried my best to help you out just in case. But it's your advantage to watch example problems number 1 through 7. This is example 8, I believe. So let's just jump right on in here to it. Solve for x. So that's one of the things you have to do. Solve for x and then fill in all values for all of the angles you see here below. For angle 1, 3x plus 15. Angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, 105 degrees, and angle 8. Now remember, if you've been following along with these videos, you know that the highlighted yellow is equal or congruent to the highlighted yellow. So yellow is congruent with yellow. There's a congruent symbol. And green is congruent with green. And one yellow angle plus one green angle is supplementary, adding up to 180 degrees. So that's kind of the key to solve for these type of problems, is you need to know this, and I have provided this kind of like a cheat sheet in other example videos. So let's go ahead and take a look. 3x plus 15, that's where the x lies, and I'm going to have to use this value of the angle in order to solve for x. Okay, I'm given one other angle. This is angle 7. It's 105 degrees. And if you, if you've been watching my videos, you can probably just fill in all of these values right now. What you may struggle with is finding the value of x, which is also part of the question. You got to find what x is equal to and then fill in all of those angles. Let's get on down to it. So 3x plus 15 and 105 are what are called alternate exterior angles, and they are congruent. So this would be highlighted in yellow, and this angle will be highlighted in yellow. So you can set them equal to each other. 3x plus 15 is equal to 105. You put that over here. You would then solve for x in a two-step equation. Let me show you what that looks like here. Let me show you what that looks like here. All right, so again, 3x plus 15 is equal to 105, right? Because both of these angles are congruent, you can say they're equal to each other. So you set both of those angles equal to each other. Now it's a two-step equation. You want to get x all by itself. All right, so the first thing we do is eliminate the 15, and then we turn that 3 into a 1. Let's get into it. What's the opposite of a positive 15? It's a negative 15. So I'm going to subtract 15 to both sides of the equal sign, right? 15 minus 15 is 0. I'm left with 3x equals on the left side. 105 minus 15, is 90 degrees. So I want to free up that x. I'm going to divide both sides by 3 because the opposite of multiplying 3 times x is to divide. And 3 over 3 leaves me that 1x, right? But what I do to the left side, got to do the right side. What's 90 divided by 3 is 30. So x equals 30. Okay? And if you've been following along and you know all of these angles, you know what x is, you can fill in the values of all these angles, and you're done with this particular problem. But if you don't know or understand that, I'm going to try to show you here in just a moment how you can do that, right? And so we will try to find what is the value of this angle 2. And I've kind of just showed you. I didn't plan that out very well. Hey, we learn from our mistakes, right? We learn from our mistakes. So let's just boot, scoot, boogie along. Pretend like it never happened, right? I can do that. All right, x equals 30 degrees. We just solved this two-step equation. So for that angle, which is 3x plus 15, I can substitute 30 for x. 30 times 3 is 90. Bring down that plus 15. 90 plus 15 is 105 degrees. Okay? And so we know that 105, let me bring this back down. We got this angle here, 105. We got this angle here is 105. Again, alternating exterior angles are congruent. So I check my answer that x equals 30 is correct. I just checked that answer by substituting and solving and finding out this is 105, right? 105. Okay. Now I need to figure out what angle 1 is. And then I can fill in all of these angles. Or angle 8, right? Because you add these two angles together and it's a supplementary angle. They should add up, right? They should add up and equal 180 degrees. Angle 1 plus this angle 3x plus 15, or 105, should add up to 180 degrees. I'm going to show you that here down below. So 180 minus 105, right? We know that 105, 105. We subtract 105 from 180. That's going to give me the value of the little green angle, number 1, and that's going to be 75 degrees. So now I can start filling all of these in. That's part of the question, was to fill in the values. And every angle highlighted in green is 75 degrees. Every angle highlighted in yellow is going to be 105 degrees. So again, x equals 30. We got some shaking. I'm so sorry about the shaking. Woo! A little bit of shaking happening here. So we know that x is equal to 30. And we know all of our angles based upon congruency rules, which I'm going to go over in a couple of future videos. And hopefully this is starting to make sense to a lot of folks out there if you've been following along my videos. And so I'd like to also give you some problems that, I'm sorry, some internet searches so you can practice your problems on the internet, and you can punch these into any search engine tool that you have that you feel comfortable with. So go ahead and conduct an internet search and practice your skills, right? So worksheets with answers on finding alternating interior angles versus alternating exterior angles versus corresponding angles versus supplementary angles versus congruent angles. I'll be going over a video here just briefly to kind of explain those a little further. Go ahead and conduct a internet search for worksheets with answers on solving one-step and two-step equations. We just did a two-step equation with this practice problem. And then finally, punch in worksheets with answers on understanding obtuse versus acute angles, congruent angles versus supplementary angles versus complementary angles. So this will help you build your knowledge, skills, and abilities. Whew, that was a mouthful. I'm lucky I can keep my tongue out of the way because sometimes I just cannot do that. Please remember, if I've helped you, help me to help others. Please like, follow, share these videos. And I appreciate your time. Math is easy, step by step. Thank you for your time, your donations, your gifts, your stars. Math is easy, step by step. Hey, you can do this.